Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Here's the starting group for Houston. Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter. And it's Terry in at the point guard position.
Poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at that three-point shot. Chris Paul with the best assist-to-turnover ratio in the league last season and led the league in steals per game as well for the 6th time in his career. You talk about the impact he has on a game. I mean, those numbers don't lie.
Clark, some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
Kicks it out to Terry. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And Chris Paul's strength so underrated. When you talk about his ability, Clark, to protect the ball offensively and create steals at the other end, that plays a big role, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, strength is so valuable, no matter what position you play. And being a smaller point guard, his strength and quickness allow him to always be on balance. You rarely see Chris Paul out of control or off balance, and that's part of his brilliance and greatness.
Here is Harden following the basket by Chris Paul. That's good.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Barnes dishes to Paul. Redick for three. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Harden the pass to Jones. And it's Terry off the drive. On target from 13 feet. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Paul against Terry. Paul kicks to Barnes to the right side. And finished off by Griffin. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure. It's going to be tough for the defense today. If he's got his A game rolling here tonight, we'll see.
The Rockets, to me, are an emerging factor in the West. Not 100% sold on them being championship caliber, but I still think you got to give that front office a lot of credit in terms of what they got out of the superstar tandem of Harden and Howard. I think it's a strong foundation of scoring and defense.
Here's Terry following the basket by Chris Paul from deep. Harden, and another three for Houston.
Now they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
Los Angeles leading by 4. Paul right side. Now the pass to Redick. Out to the right wing. Five on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Paul for 3. Good work defensively by Terry. Rockets trail by 4. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, a bit ago, Kevin McHale and I were able to catch up. We talked about the difficulties of facing a player like Chris Paul, and he said that what makes Paul so incredible is his court vision. He explained that there haven't been many players like Paul who can pick a defense apart with both his passing ability and his patience in the offensive sets, saying really, he can just wait you out until he sees a weakness, and that's where he attacks.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
Houston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Knocks it loose. Paul with the steal.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. They've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and I'll tell you what, that was a golden one there.
Terry dishes to Harden. Back to Terry. It's Ariza on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers leading by 7. You know, for a player whose star shines as brightly as Blake Griffin, Steve, it's seems there are a lot of naysayers regarding his game, although I think you and I would agree he expanded his game, certainly this past year.
Well, I can tell you this. I am not one of those naysayers because I think Blake Griffin was the third best player in the NBA last year. The offensive expansion to his game, the post game, the passing, the ball handling in transition. I mean, he is an amazing player, and he has gotten better and better every year. Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Houston with a big group substitution here. Joey Dorsey's checked in for Howard. Smith comes in for Jones. Brewer is checked in for James Harden. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jason Terry.
And, you know, hey, anytime a player starts to get a lot of endorsements and TV spots, it puts him under the magnifying glass. You become a target. Other players see Blake Griffin on that pedestal, and they're not going to hesitate sometimes to try to take him down the peg.
Now Ariza. Josh Smith missing from long range. He kicks it to Brewer. 6 to shoot. Prigioni for 3. Here's Dorsey. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. The dish to Rivers. Back to Crawford. Beyond the arc. That is good.
They are making some noise from downtown, guys.
And they've got themselves a very nice lead to show for it.
Here's Prigioni. Here's Ariza. Got it to go with no time left on the clock.
You talk about stepping up at a big moment. That is some fortitude, folks.
I should say.